Thank you. I am Quito Ojok. We've been here at the EC headquarters to have a discussion about the upcoming delegates conference, which conference will elect the leaders of the national resistance movement, starting from the 25th with regional elections and that of the leagues. And we are going to conclude with the national delegate conference that will elect the national leaders, including the central executive committees. This meeting was about agreeing on the models, which models bind on all the candidates, especially looking into guidelines, but also most importantly, the venue for the election. And we have been agreeing on how we shall conduct this election, but also on how the delegates will be taken care of with regards to transportation here and back, but also food and accommodations, but also to agree on relieving candidates from too much expenditures, especially now that we have quite a number of candidates. But to me, what matters is that we have had a free and fair elections, considering the fact that this is one of the most popular elections in the country. So this meeting was about that, and probably there are so many questions that came up. There are some people who already have conflict of interest, and to those who may be affected by that, they are putting their questions very clear on how that will be addressed at the conference to avoid, unnecessary inconveniences, but also most importantly, to avoid anything detrimental to other participants. People have raised concerns also about candidates who are allying now with each other. There are also concerns about members of the Central Executive Committee who are also candidates, and yet they are going to be vetting candidates, fellow candidates who are running against them. And I think that forms part of the conflict of interest we are talking about. But also, I think there is a guarantee that the committee will be a little transparent, especially where one is a participant, such a person must recuse him or herself. So I think those are the key factors that brought us here. But also, again, we should be able to understand that this is a party process, it is an internal process, which process is very important to party members because that's where leaders come from. The current leadership ends on the 20th of August, especially for SEC. That term expires on August 20th this month, and that means we need to elect another leader. So briefly, those are a few things that we looked in here, but the most important thing is that we have agreed on how we are going to operate as a party in these structural elections. The other thing I want members of the party to understand is that, first of all, I've written to the Secretary General querying the legitimacy of the idea of nominating a candidate, especially for the SEC position, and then later on taking them for vetting by SEC, the current sitting SEC, and then National Council. The procedure is if you are nominated for the position of SEC, and SEC has about 6 positions. We have the national chairman, who is unopposed currently. We have we have the first national vice chair position. Then we have the second national vice chair, female, and then we now have the 6 positions of the national vice chair representing the regions. That is Kampala, Central, Karamoja, Northern, Western, and Eastern. Those are now the 6 positions, and these are the only positions where vetting is going to occur. But the unfortunate bit is that a person is already nominated to run for these positions. Then again, such a person will be taken to SEC for vetting after nominations, after which the name will be forwarded to National Council. Then National Council now forwards the name to the conference for elections. But now the danger is, chances are there that one may still be denominated in cases of any eventuality. And that is where our worry now is. Because by virtue of nominations, the person now qualifies to run around and look for votes. And you know is that you cannot run around without putting in money to earn for votes. Now again, you're being taken for vetting by SEC. Now the implication is that, one, First of all, you're putting a lot of money for nomination. Two, again, SEC disqualifying you because according to them, you don't qualify. Now, our idea, which is actually a policy idea, is that why don't we allow vetting be preceded by nominations? Let someone express interest, vet them first, then now allow them proceed for nominations only if they qualify. I think that would be legitimate. You should have avoided the idea of putting in a lot of money nominate for nominations and then subsequently looking for votes from the entire country because we look for votes today, in the entire country. Now, after someone moving the entire country, then you're telling them they don't qualify. That may bring in a legal question, which may later on in turn result into unnecessary court battles, which to us as members of the party should be avoided at the preliminary stages. Thank you.